Dear students, let me welcome you to the course of Change Management. My name is Lucie Vnoučková and I'll be your guide through this course. So let's start. What are the course objectives? So firstly, we will develop significant level of understanding of change management. That means to see some conceptual framework, some kind of theories, typologies, strategies and techniques which are used in the change management. Change management itself, it's mainly focused on people because people are the most important asset of organizations, and it's really necessary to work with them and to prepare them for the change. The second objective is to understand change management phenomenon, because change management and change itself is a specific thing. Changes are everywhere. Everything is changing except some really strange things, but we can say that everything is changing together with environment, organizations, people, and so on and so on. So we will focus especially how managers can successfully manage changes in organization, because that's what is important in organizations, because all the processes, all people and everything is changing in the organizations all the time. And the third aim is to help students in building and developing analytical and applied management skills. That means that we will go through some models of change, some preconditions and other things which may help you in management of changes. Next slide we can see here, it's course structure. So we can see that we will go through 4 main topics. Firstly, we will go through nature of change itself. That means we will see what is the phenomenon of change, what are types of change and other things. Secondly, we will see change and the human resources. That's a very important chapter, and we will go through all the processes which are people going through when you announce the change in the organization, because they usually, some of them are very happy with it, but some of them are very sad, some of them are afraid, and so on. Third part of our course are intervention strategies and change management. That means we will see some kind of processes and programs which you can use and help the organization and people to go through change. And fourthly, finally, we will see some of the development models which are used for smoothly processing of change, which are used also to make people understand what is going on through the change. And we will see firstly Levin's model, which is very easy. It has only 3 steps. Then Kotter's model, which has 8 steps, which is also very important. It's the mostly commonly used model in the whole world. And the third model, we will follow it later. Here we can see on that slide that the only constant is change. It's very important to realize that everything is changing. I was talking about it a few sentences before, but we really have to have this in mind, that everything is changing in the organization, inside and also outside, and everyone is affected, and so we have to manage the change to be sure that we will have all the pluses of change and we will minimize the negative things through the change. Here we can see on that slide that change management is a very broad discipline which involves different things. Mainly, it's planning and projecting of change, because without plans and projects, we won't be able to do anything. So for sure, before the changes start, we need some projects and plans, but mainly this is the area of project management. But we are talking also about change management. And change management also consider specific factors which within each organization. That means that every organization is very specific. It has different people, different aims, different structure, different vision, mission, and so on. So each change is specific, and also it's specific through the time, because organizations and people are changing through the time. So we have to have in mind that nothing will be the same, even if we stop the change and we will go back through the time and get to the first part. Anyway, everything will be different. Thirdly, we have to be sure that change is implemented smoothly. That means we have to make some plans, we have to do some project, but also we have to count with the people, and we have to think about how they will accept the change, if they will understand it, how they will react, because we have to think through the emotions, through psychology, and so on and so on. Next thing is that we have to focus on the benefits of change, because as we are managing change, we need some benefits of it. We need some different structure of organization and so on, and it should bring some money, benefits, and so on, and to make sure that people will believe the change and they will go through the process, we have to offer some benefits also to them, but we will be talking about it later. Next thing, which is important in change management, is considering its wider impact on organizations and people within it. So that's really the thing I was talking about it. We have to consider the people, we have to consider how the change will impact them, how they will react, and if they will be able to work through the change to do everything which is necessary. Then we have a very important theme here, that each change initiative have a unique set of objectives, activities, and everything must be coordinated. So the change management is very broad discipline, and we have to be sure we cannot lose something. We have to remember many things together with people, together with processes, together with organizations, with the missions, with surrounding of the organization, and so on. Last thing which I have here on the slide is project management versus change management. And I was talking about it also, that project management is considering those hard factors, that means planning, organizing, and so on, like the management skills. But the change management, it's a bit different. It's broader discipline. Change management have to consider psychological, sociological factors. You have to work with emotion, with people, and so on and so on. Then change management focuses mainly on the wider impacts of change. That means projects and organizations' goals. So all the topics which are important and the phase we have to be. Then people and how they move from the current situation to the new one, from the point A to the point B, which we want to be, which is the change we want to make. And change could range from really simple processes, really small changes, to the major changes in policy or strategy or the whole strategy of the organization.